Here's how I got a world record in every category of Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Now, I'm a huge fan of the Plants vs. Zombies series. It's probably one of my favorite games ever, and for good reason. It's given me countless hours of fun. And Garden Warfare was my first hero shooter, if you could call it that. And as much as I love the PvP modes, I still think the best, or at least most fun modes that I would play was Garden Ops. I love playing Garden Ops with my friends. To put it simply, Garden Ops is a 1 to 4 player, either solo or co-op game mode where you fend off 10 waves of zombies as the plants. And this is where speedrunners have planted their roots, so to say, and where I have gotten 9 world records. Now, am I going to sit here and tell you I'm the best Garden Warfare player of all time? No, of course not. I just simply put the most time into sitting here and really perfecting the RNG of my runs. So without further ado, I'm going to show you those runs. Now, I'm going to start with the first world record that I actually grinded for and got, and that was the map Garden Center on Crazy difficulty. Crazy difficulty being the hardest one. It spawns more zombies, they deal more damage, and the hero AI is smarter. I originally started with crazy runs because they're very undersaturated on the leaderboard. They have the least amount of submissions out of all the other runs. Usually 1 to 2 players maximum, sometimes 3. Now, when starting speedrunning on any of these maps, you want to pick one garden. There are 3 available ones every time you load in, but you want to pick one and stick with that one so you can learn the RNG of enemy spawns and how to easily deal with them. And then once you plant your garden and your timer starts, you begin planting some friends in pots. And these are some of your biggest allies because they will finish off stray zombies and make your life so much easier. So that way you don't have to kill every single zombie that spawns in. And you'll see me do this a lot. A lot of waves that spawn in, I'll just shoot the first good few of them and let a couple go because I know my little guys are going to finish them off. For planting my little friends, there's a couple rules I always play by. There's usually a couple pots that are close to the garden. Every map's a little different and every garden is a little different. But the ones that are closest to the garden, I like to plant doom shrooms or ice shrooms if I can, because they do a massive AoE attack that does either huge damage, like the doom shroom, or the ice one freezes them. And then I like to follow up with bamboo snoots here and there, bamboo shoots, one or the other, because they are a massive AoE attack that does a lot of damage in one position, and they can fire to an extreme range beyond their pot. This is great when they're near your garden, because zombies will gather up on your garden to deal damage to it. So your artillery striking bamboo shoots can just do massive attacks on the center of your garden and destroy any zombies that are trying to attack it. Then for all the stray pots, I mix scaredy shrooms, fire peas, ice peas, Gatling peas, and then laser beans. I really like to have laser beans because they do a lot of damage, but it's kind of harder for me to get them. Now, as we creep up on wave 3, you notice we get a special wave. You get guaranteed one of these on round 3 and round 7, but you can also get mixtures of them in between. Now, I got the Protect the Wee Gardens, which is really just not really anything. It doesn't really hinder you and it doesn't really help you. It's just a very neutral mini game to get, so it's a good one. But some of them can really fuck your run. For example, the Treasure Yeti. The Treasure Yeti is a zombie Yeti that spawns in. You have 30 seconds to find him, and when you start attacking him, he starts dropping loot. But he runs away from you and spawns in tough zombies, spawns in ice imp zombies that freeze you and do a lot of damage. Now, if you could manage to kill the Yeti in the first couple seconds, this round would actually be amazing. But the Yeti has a lot of health and he moves around very quickly. He's extremely unpredictable and he's very difficult to hit with Chili Bean Bomb. And as you attack him, it increases the time of the round. So these rounds can take anywhere to 2 and 2.5 minutes, wasting way more time than you want to lose. Ideally, you want special waves like Fan Frenzy or Cone Company. These waves spawn all one type of zombie and they're very simple basic zombies. Fan Frenzy spawns the suiciding exploding imps that are very easy to deal with. Cone Company spawns only Conehead zombies that again are very easy to deal with. These kind of waves are ideal because you can deal with them faster than anything. What you don't want to see is mini boss waves or waves that spawn in a high quantity of hero zombies, especially if you're playing on a harder difficulty because they'll probably kill you. Now, once you complete wave 4, you get a few seconds to recuperate so you can replant pots and go heal your daisy. That's because you have to wait for the Zomboss slots to spin. They take a little bit of time. The Zomboss slots are guaranteed boss waves on wave 5 and wave 10, and these are also extremely RNG heavy and can make or break your run most of the time. This one was extremely lucky. I got a Gargantuar and 2 coin bags. That means all it's going to spawn is the Gargantuar and just some ordinary zombies and some hero zombies. This is the absolute best outcome you can really get, because the Gargantuar is one of the easiest boss zombies to take out. He has the most limited combo, he moves slowly, he's easy to get away from, and he's a big walking target. But as I said, Zomboss slots can make or break your run. So what will break your run? Well, ironically, a jackpot. You do not want a jackpot. If you get 3 of a kind of the coin bag or the diamond, you get a huge money bonus, which is great and awesome. But Zomboss respins the slots, so you lose in guaranteed 20 seconds. And maybe it's placebo, maybe it's not. I think your second spin is always far more unlucky since you got the money the first time around. And to stick with the trend of the 3 of a kind, you don't want 3 of a kind of anything. Getting 3 of a kind of anything of the bosses gives you a cutscene that is unskippable and again, wastes time. And it's going to be a hard fucking round no matter what it spawns in. Now here on wave 8, I got one of the worst possible special waves you can get, and that is to hack the triangular bobbers. This special wave spawns in a little computer thing you have to go to, hold B to hack it. It takes about 15 seconds to finish hacking it and killing the zombies per thing. And once you do one, you have to wait for the next one to spawn in. Once you do that one, you have to wait for the third one to spawn in. And the whole time it's spawning zombies all around you. You have to hold still while you hack, and you're just an easy target. You're probably going to die on these waves and waste your respawn tickets. Now you could choose to ignore them and let the timer run down, but if you do, it's going to increase the wave by another minute or so, because then it's going to spawn all the zombies that it meant to in the first place. And it's also going to cone strike your garden and deal a large amount of your garden's health. Most of the time when I would get these, I would just reset completely. Now on wave 9, I got a sneak attack, which is a random event that can happen on any normal wave. It just spawns the zombies in without an indicator, so you don't exactly know when they're spawning or when they're spawning in. It's not too much of a hindrance, but the one of these random events that you want more than anything is the ambush. That is because the ambush completely skips the time in between both waves. So you can go from wave 8 to wave 9 instantly. It doesn't give you any time to prepare, but it spawns the zombies in as quick as possible, and you can end that wave even faster. On our wave 10 Zomboss slots in this run, I got a Tombstone, Gargantuar, and Vampire. It was looking really good until I got the Vampire. I really hate the Vampire because he has so much health, and he can lifesteal to get his health back, and he does large amounts of damage. But the Tombstone is really nice, because the Tombstone is super easy to take out. It only spawns in regular zombies most of the time. Sometimes it spawns in foot soldiers, but mostly just regular zombies. All you need to do is just hurl a chili bean bomb at it and shoot it a good more few times, or just gun it down with the P-Gatling and destroy it. And then that's it. The Gargantuar was a pushover, but the Vampire Zombie held me up for a little bit. You always want to fight your Vampire Zombie with all your plant pots around so they can help damage it down. And the easiest ways to damage him down is with the Chili Bean Bomb and the P-Gatling. Unfortunately, the Chili Bean Bomb is hard to land on him because he teleports frequently. You need to catch him after he teleports, and his bats actually indicate where he's going to go next. So if you can find where he's going to go next, you can pre-bomb him with the Chili Bean Bomb, so when he pops out, he gets instantly damaged. But whenever he comes out of a teleport, he's most likely going to shoot at you with his little laser beam effect. So you need to be near your Sunflower in your P-Gatling if you don't want to die to this effect. Then just use your Hyper to jump around him and not get hit, so he doesn't get lifesteal back. Hope he doesn't summon in some little vampire shitheads that you have to gun down, and that's it. You beat him. Your timer does not end. Your timer doesn't end until Crazy Dave picks you up in his RV. So whenever you beat round 10, you have about 2 more minutes roughly until you can complete the run. So there's been plenty of times I will be having what feels like a good run, but by the time I complete round 10, I only have like a minute and 30 or so to beat record. So I will just reset. I mean, I won't reset, but I'll stop the timer. I'll finish it so I can get my coins, of course, but that would be an opportunity where I would reset ideally. But yeah, we finished Garden Center on crazy mode with a 15:05.75. Now our next map up was Zomboss Estate. I got the world record on this map on the hard difficulty. Now you might notice I'm actually playing as a different P shooter. I'm playing as the Toxic P instead of the Agent P that I was playing as beforehand. That's because I was kind of constantly weighing the pros and cons between the Agent P and the Toxic P, because the Agent P has a higher crit rate and rate of fire, but the Toxic P is only a little bit shorter, 4 or so points shorter in critical damage, and it may shoot a little bit slower as well, but it has poison damage and large amounts of splash damage. Now for our wave 3 on this one, I actually got the speed run wave, which is where Crazy Dave asks you to hurry up and finish this round. These runs actually are a little bit faster because it spawns a little bit less zombies to make it possible for you to do the speed run, but all it really does is just put the timer in the top right corner for you to finish, and you get the bonus objective by the end. Now for our round 5 Zombot slots, we got the Yeti, Tombstone, and some money. The money was good, Tombstone's great, Yeti isn't. We fucking hate the Yeti. I'm going to tell you my strats for the Yeti. He has a few different things that he does. First off, he runs very fucking fast. He gets around the map fast as fuck, and he usually runs away from you whenever you're in an optimal position to damage him. They're pretty smart. So he has a throwing icicle attack that hits you, freezes you partially, and he throws it very quickly, very far, does a lot of damage. And then his other attack is the one that you want him to do more often, even though it does more damage. It's this attack where he does this dance, and it rains icicles from the sky on you. However, the best part about it is that he holds still. So as soon as you see him start to dance, you throw a chili bean bomb at his ass right away. And then you follow up with the pea shooters, and then you follow up with the pea gatling and just go for those crit shots. Melt him and get him as low as health as possible, as quick as you can. And the only other thing that you can really do to make it easier is to try and position him in between you and your garden. So hopefully he makes his way to your potted plants, and your potted plants can help damage him down. I gunned down the Tombstone, finished off the rest of the wave pretty quickly. Wave 8, I got another save, the Wee Gardens. These are pretty common, pretty straightforward. Now, round 10 Zombot slots, I got extremely unlucky. I got the Vampire and the Yeti, and then a Tombstone. At least the Tombstone evened it out. But getting Yeti and Vampire sucks. But again, as long as you stick to the strategies that I mentioned, it's not too horrible. You just need to hope you don't get fucked by both of them at the same time. I managed to defeat them and get to Crazy Dave, getting me the world record of 12:35. Now my next run is the Suburban Flats world record on hard mode. I chose the garden in the trailer park because I think it had the best spawns and the best positions for me to get a high ground to shoot. Now as I'm going through this, you've probably noticed how I kind of like to play based off the zombies that spawn in. Large groups of zombies, I aim for their feet so I can hit all of them at once. Singular and double zombies, I will aim for heads so I can deal crit damage. I will focus exploding imps so they don't sneak up behind me and do lots of damage. And I will focus hero zombies more than anything else. Hero zombies have a bad habit of getting weak and running away from you. So they can easily add 10 to 20 seconds onto your time just because they're in an unoptimal position for you to reach and they waste your time getting back to them. Now wave 3 on this one, we got mint condition, which is okay. It just doesn't want you to take any damage on your garden. It doesn't really change zombie spawns at all, but there is one that's similar to this, which is unscathed. Because unscathed doesn't want you to take any damage from zombies. So it is far less likely to spawn in hero zombies because that would be too easy to take damage from them. It will usually spawn in normal zombies, and the main thing you have to look out for is exploding imps. Now we don't care about actually completing these bonus objectives. We just want the good ones that spawn in the easiest zombies and go the fastest. Zombot slots was pretty good. We got the Gargantuar, money, and a large group of zombies. A large group of zombies is exactly what it sounds like. It's just some hero zombies mixed in with some tougher zombies like Bucketheads. Now wave 8, we got the Cursed Treasure Yeti. Now if you didn't believe you could waste your time this much, you're gonna see right now. Because when you find him, he spawns in so many distracting zombies and so many zombies that can easily kill you. Even if you kill all the imps, he spawns in hero zombies like he did for me. He spawned in a foot soldier and a footballer. So if I ignore them, they're going to kill me while I'm trying to kill the Yeti. And if I attack them, it's going to take time away from attacking the Yeti. Normally I would have reset the run because I got the Yeti, but I just decided to try it anyway. And I didn't manage to kill him, so I got the guaranteed time loss, which sucks, but I kept going anyway. Now, round 10 Zombot slots saved the run. I got 2 Gargantuars and a diamond.
Ooh, thank you. That's
2 Gargantuars will take any day. Sometimes, I don't know if it's a glitch, a bug, or if it's just based off the difficulty that you're playing on. Sometimes when you get 2 of the same boss zombie, it will only spawn one of them anyway. Which is exactly what seems to have happened here. I killed the single Gargantuar and I never saw a second one. I don't know if my potted plants somehow managed to kill it without me even noticing, or what, but I only had to kill the one, and I was happy with that. Now, I wasted a lot of time here just shooting this outhouse zombie in the ass for whatever reason. I should have gone down there and shot it in the face, but I think I was just worried the Gargantuar zombie was going to show up, so I wanted to stay on the roof for when he did. Crazy Dave, the Apple Dapple, picked this up, and we got out with a time of 16:18:130. Cool. Next up was Chomp Town on hard mode. I picked the garden in the corner here next to the crab shack because I can stand up on top of the crab and get a really easy sniping position on almost every single zombie spawn on the map. And what's also super nice is that there's a pot up there so I can plant my flower. These kind of maps are ideal, where I can get a high up position that I can get to without wasting my hyper, and there's a pot nearby that is a bit secluded for the zombies that I can plant a flower at. Now our wave 3, we got the fucking triangular bobbers. At the very least, the very first one, I managed to see it before it spawned in, so I was able to get to it quicker and kill the foot soldier zombies before they had a chance to gank my ass. The second one always just has normal brown coats at it, so it's not that much of a threat. But you can really see how it wastes time, because how long it takes me to walk from one to the other. I have no idea where the next one's going to pop up, it just takes forever to walk over to it. Now the third one also spawned in some foot soldier zombies, but they managed to get enough distance between them, me, and the triangular bobbers that I could just hop over the building, start hacking it before they even managed to get to me. So, albeit for a horrible special event, I managed to complete it pretty quick, and I was pretty happy with it, so I decided to keep going. I regretted that decision pretty fucking quick when I got a Yeti, but I also got 2 tombstones, which isn't that bad at all. I just needed to get lucky and snipe this Yeti early. Unfortunately though, the Yeti spawned on the other side of the fucking map. But a tombstone spawned right next to me, so I was super easily able to take out the tombstone super fast with the chili bean bomb. And then the Yeti came on and started doing a dance in the middle of the fucking street for me, so I was able to damage him down somewhat decently before he started running off again. Definitely wasn't my quickest Yeti of all time, especially on Chomp Town. He's very annoying because he likes to run up on top of buildings to get a sniper position on you and then jump down again and hide. Chasing him isn't really worth it because by the time you make it to where he is, he's going to be gone. I did manage to hit him with a chili bean bomb, which got a huge section of his health down and made it a lot quicker. Now, wave 8, we got that unscathed that I was talking about. Unscathed again just spawns in ordinary zombies and exploding zombies. Exploding imps are the ones you gotta look out for because they can easily sneak up behind you and damage you, but they die to 1 or 2 toxic pea shots. And like I said, the nicest part of the unscathed wave is that it doesn't spawn in any hero zombies, so it's super easy, just have to deal with the regular or brown coats. Boss wave fucked me again. I got the Yeti, Tombstone, and Vampire. I wish I could explain to you some kind of different strategy or anything that I went with, but there is no different strategy. You have to do the same shit for these guys. I managed to complete it by the skin of my teeth and ended off with a 17:51:090. Now the next one is Crash Course, our first normal difficulty world record. Normal difficulty, going to it after hard and crazy, is a breeze. Everything feels so much easier, you can kill zombies so fast, and bosses are just like nothing anymore. But for the speedrun's sake, these categories are usually harder because, like I said, they're more oversaturated. There's more people that do the easy and normal speedruns because they're more appealing and easier for the average person to pick up and do. Wave 3, we got Unscathed, making it go by super fast. I picked the same garden the world record did, behind this house next to the pool, because you get this high up position on the building, you can plant your sunflower up there, and you can see almost every zombie spawn from where you are. The most unfortunate ones are the ones that spawn on behind the house across the street, which I got a decent amount, which does suck, but hey, we make it work. Now our wave 3, we got Unscathed, which again is amazing. We love getting unscathed. Our boss wave didn't go so lucky. We got 2 groups of zombies and a fucking Yeti, like always. Now, I managed to get the Yeti to spawn right behind me, so I immediately threw my bean bomb because there's a good chance when he first spawns in, if you're in range, he'll do his rain dance. And he did, so I was able to hit him with the chili bean bomb and peek outling his ass down and kill him with a record time of like 20 seconds. I think that's the fastest I've ever killed a Yeti. Granted, just on normal, but still, that was fucking nice. It felt good to put that shithead down. Then it was just finishing off the groups of zombies when they spawned in by waiting for the most to pop out and then tossing in a chili bean bomb. Chili bean bombs are always just great at taking out groups of zombies, but really what you want to take out more than anything are the hero zombies because they'll insta-kill them as opposed to taking 4 or 5 toxic pea shots. The other zombies you can kill so much faster and so much easier anyway with toxic pea. Wave 8, we got the speed run, which we'll take. Not a bad one, not a good one, doesn't really matter either way. Now our wave 10, I thought I was going to get a jackpot and I was really fucking upset about it. We got the first money, the second money, and I was sitting there praying, no jackpot, but whatever, runs over. But we got the vampire zombie, which, yes, sucks, but again, it's on normal, so it's a lot more feasible to kill him. Again, he spawned behind me in the center of the street, so I chili bean bombed his ass right away and started gunning him down with the pea gatling. He unfortunately did spawn in some vampire zombies, which does suck because they have a lot of health and they have lifesteal. And he would teleport away at the best times, so I couldn't really damage him down, so he survived longer than he really ever should have. Completing wave 10, we made it under the bridge, waited for Crazy Dave, and ended off with a time of 13:37:25. Next up was the Jewel Junction run on hard mode. We went with the garden next to the little cluster of buildings with a little saloon and the wagon, because you get a bit of a high ground off to the right when you go up the bridge. You can plant your flower there, and you can see most spawns pretty easily. You do get one spawn behind the center mill, very far back, which that one really sucks, because unfortunately when you get that one, the zombies will usually split into 4 different paths. They'll take the left side of the building, the right side of the building, go straight through the center, and then go underneath. Those are horrible because you can't kill them all right away. Our wave 3 was a mint condition. Nothing to complain about there. Boss wave, we got money, tombstone, and our first Giga Gargantuar that I can tell you about. Now the Giga Gargantuar has this kind of Terminator thing going on where he's got these sunglasses on and he shoots lightning out of his telephone pole. And the other thing that's different about him is that he can shoot multiple imps. I think he shoots 5 imps out in a rapid succession, and they do a lot of damage. But he can't have that much range on it, so as long as you have distance between you and him, you'll be fine. Now the main strategy I have for him, much like the normal Gargantuar, is to push him back with the Chili Bean Bomb and then gun him down with the Pea Gatling. But I want to start the Pea Gatling when he does the Imp move, because he can't damage me down as easily as he can with the lightning. Wave 8, we got Pee Wee Gardens. Another one that I won't complain about getting because it's very easy. It doesn't really make it much harder, it doesn't really make it much easier, it's just a neutral one. Now our Zomboss wave wasn't great. We got Giga Gargantuar, Group of Zombies, and then Disco Zombie. Now the Disco Zombie and the group aren't that bad. The Giga Gargantuar is the worst part. But I'm going to tell you how we take out the Disco Zombie. Disco Zombie is one of my favorite boss zombies to get because he's so easy to take down. He slowly approaches you while dancing, he can shoot at you just like the vampire zombie, and then he can also spin in circles with his cane and do immense damage and be invulnerable to gunfire. Now that part sucks, but as long as you keep distance in between you and him, he won't ever do that move. He can't teleport like the vampire, so there's no unpredictability there. You know your Chili Bean Bombs are always going to connect as long as he's in your path, and you don't have to worry about him getting behind you. So we finish our Tombstone Zombie off and finish with a 15:17:470. Now our second to last one is Port Scallywag. This is the normal world record, another normal. We set up next to these group of houses here, across from the pirate ship, not on the side with the castle, the side with the little houses. Zombie spawns in this map are very far from each other and very far from the garden, unfortunately, but as long as you go position yourself on the dock next to the center of the ship, you have a pretty good angle on wherever they can spawn. Now, our special wave, first one, is a bit of an interesting one that you don't get that often. And that was to stop the Zombomb, which is actually a walking Gargantuar with a large bomb that he's trying to get to your garden and explode with. These guys aren't bad, honestly. They walk in a very predictable path, they walk very slowly, you can push them back with the Chili Bean Bomb, and you can just Gatling down as they walk. Our first boss wave, we got the group of zombies, money, and a Yeti. Which fucked the Yeti, but again, I got pretty lucky in finding him right on the way, so he could do his rain dance and I could gun him down. Our wave 8 were the Pea Gardens, which I actually didn't save. I lost the one because so many zombies got on it, but the nice part about one being swarmed like that is that I can damage down all the zombies that are on it at once. The final Zomboss slots was the Yeti, the Vampire, and the group of zombies. Pretty shitty, definitely sucks, but you know what, we made it through, we pushed through, because we're strong. But the Zomboss slots, that run actually did take me like 2 minutes, which is crazy. Now we finish off that run with a 13:05:390. Now our final world record, or final map world record, was Sharkbite Shores, but I got some bad news for you. My Sharkbite Shores recording actually got corrupted, and I managed to beat it on crazy difficulty by only a few more seconds than the world record. Well, it was more than a few, I think it was about 20, 21 maybe, and I honestly did get pretty lucky. I got an ambush, which doesn't happen that often. Ambush is a really nice random event that can happen where it skips you instantly from one wave to the next. Now, unfortunately, like I said, I don't have it technically because my shit got corrupted. I can't upload it. It's whatever. You know, I'm not too upset about it at all, but I did get a run that was around a 14:15, somewhere around there, which was a little bit faster than world record. But I spent quite a bit of time grinding Garden Warfare over the past few weeks, and I think I've had enough Garden Warfare for a little bit, so I decided, you know what, that's enough. That was the last one that I needed. I just put the controller down and went to make the video. Well, that's really all I got for you guys. I had so much more written down that I wanted to say, but you know what, I feel like I kind of combined everything pretty well and said most of what I wanted to say. I had all this shit written down, but that's okay, it's not important. I just realized this paper is green, so it gets filtered out by the green screen. But hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a really random video. The only reason I decided to start speedrunning Garden Warfare is actually because I saw an Easy Speezy video do it, because I really love watching that motherfucker play Plants vs. Zombies, and I saw him do a speedrun of this, and never even thought that people might do that. Do speedruns of Garden Warfare? I was like, I love that game. I should do that. If you see this and you're like, man, I want to play that too, go do it. Take my shit. My shit might not even be on the leaderboards yet. I really wanted to get footage of my name being on the leaderboards for the video, but none of my runs have been verified yet, unfortunately. So I guess technically, I don't have any of the runs yet. It's world record enough for me. They're faster than first place, and I'll take. But yeah, please let me know if you feel inspired to go fucking play this. I want to see you beat my shit. Not like that, beat my shit in game. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please expect more content coming from me soon. I just got my PC, so I'm going to be doing all kinds of silly mod and shit. I just did a stream the other night of Dark Souls enemy randomizer mods, so I'm going to make some videos out of those. I want to do some Left 4 Dead, Con Zombies. Ugh, the list goes on and on and on. But anyway, I'm yapping too fucking much here. That's all I got for you. See you guys. Bye.